Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Are we good? Testing, testing. Thank you. Thank you. Sound check. Are we okay? Are we good? Somebody let me know, please. Good now. Yay. Okay, good. Sorry. I was muted. Just bear with me, guys, for a second. I am checking all of the streams. It looks like we are good to go on Facebook. We're good to go on YouTube. Good to go on Instagram. And good to go on Rumble. Oh my gosh. This is overwhelming sometimes, guys. Overwhelming. Are we good on Rumble? Shit. Recording in progress. Yes, we are. And I think we're good on Twitter too. Holy cannoli. I'm everywhere, guys. I'm everywhere. I hope you all had an amazing 4th of July. I hope you were safe. Sounds good? Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah, guys, I hope you had a great 4th of July. We did. We just stayed super low key. We just watched some fireworks in town like we usually do. Oh, that is my voice. I'm eating some fruit, so don't judge me. Streamer and audio engineering issues. Always. There's always something going on. I use StreamYard. To stream across all platforms. I try to stream across all platforms at once. Sorry if you can hear me chewing. I'm really hungry and I'm eating. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I don't shop at grocery stores anymore. I just go to my local farmers markets, and the difference has been insane. Literally insane. Okay, we're just configuring everything, guys, okay? I know I was late to let you know what this evening's topic is about. I'm a little unprepared today by getting it out to you guys early so you know what's going on. But if you follow me, you will know that we're talking about red flags. We're talking about red flags this evening and why we ignore them. Guys, also, by the way, I've done all this stuff too. Okay, I am a human being. I am also flawed. I have learned from my mistakes and I continue to grow and evolve and get better. Okay, so that's why I speak so confidently to all of you guys. Hold on 1 second. I'm having some issues. 1 second. Anyways, yeah, we tend to ignore the red flags for lots of reasons. So I'm going to explain to you how to stop doing that. Okay. I need to exit some of these tabs because they're stressing me out. Now that I know that we're all good on the streams, goodbye. Goodbye, because I have all my comments right here. Because we want to deny that they're true. Yep, that is one of the reasons. Also, guys, I am at the second half of this. I'm going to be going over, some people sent me some messages and I'm going to be giving them a little bit of help live. I'm going to answer their questions live because I think it'll help a lot of people, because a lot of the times we have very similar scenarios and situations that we're all dealing with. So I am proud of the people that wanted some help. I think it was great. Can we be honest about, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you for the donation. That was really sweet of you. Thank you. And I love your profile picture. It's a lion. That was badass. That was so cool. I really appreciate it, Brooklyn. Thank you. Anyways, can we be honest about something? Because I am going to be very honest. There have been some red flags in my past that I have ignored. I've ignored completely. We saw it. We saw the red flags. We may have seen it on the first date, second date, third date, a year in. Hopefully not that late, right? But we see it and we feel it. We feel it in our stomachs. You may have noticed the way they talk about their ex and you didn't like it. How they treated the waiter. That's one of them. How they treat a waiter is a big deal, guys. It is a big deal. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. You also probably noticed how your body feels around them, right? When things are good versus when things are bad. Your body gives you signals, guys. It gives you signals of tension, tight jaw, tight chest, fidgeting, right? Picking at your nails, pulling at your hair, whatever you got to do. I'm holding this so awkward. Oh, that is so good. So good. But what does our mind do? Our mind tends to smooth all those things over, right? We saw it. We saw it. We just chose to ignore it. And then you might have done something that no unintelligent person is capable of doing. We build arguments for why it's okay. Type, that's me, if you've done that before, right? Here, I'll be the first one. Well, maybe I won't be the first one. That's me. Done that before. Thanks, Lynn. I appreciate it. That's me. There it is. It's okay, guys. We've done it before. We have built arguments around why we justify certain behaviors when we know that it's not good. It's not what we want. So for the next hour or so, okay, we're gonna sit with this. The dumbest thing that you can believe about red flags is that smart people miss them. No, smart people don't miss them. Smart people explain them, right? But your so-called intelligence became the defense attorney for the thing that is hurting you, and you try to justify and no, they're really good person, and they probably are a good person. They're just flawed, and they have some demons and some issues that they got to work through first before getting into a relationship. Sorry, guys, I'm so hungry. I worked out earlier, and I didn't get a chance to come home and cook and make some food before I started this, and I was on a call with one of my clients right before this. So I'm going to be eating and drinking during this live. Okay. So I apologize. I know that is rude, but I'm hungry. But your girl needed to go to the gym. She needed to go to the gym and let out some steam. My husband went with me too. Okay, guys, back to what I was saying. We negotiate, right? We negotiate with every red flag and behavior, right? And every behavior that I'm going to be walking you through tonight, like, oh, he's just stressed, or she's just being a little too emotional, or she's having a rough day. All these things, all the it's not that bad excuses, right? We're going to talk about it. It's not that you do that for them. You do that to protect something inside of you, and that is what we have to figure out. Everything starts from within, okay? Sometimes you'd rather crawl into a rock than actually look directly at what this is. So tonight, we're not going to stop at just we ignored the warning signs, guys. Any coach can tell you what the warning signs are. We're going to go a little deeper, a little level underneath the surface. And the question I think is very important is, what are you really protecting? Fear, shame, guilt, uncertainty. Thank you for the donation, Clark. If they are willing to cheat on their spouse to be with you, they will cheat on you. I addressed this in my Instagram stories a couple days ago because somebody asked me, do you believe in once a cheater, always a cheater? and I don't. What? Lauren, how can you say that? No, I don't. I believe that we are flawed, like I've said many, many times. I believe people can change. I believe people can learn. It doesn't excuse what they did. It doesn't. That person still has a choice to want to pursue life with you and do things with you, but um I don't necessarily think that's true. High probability, maybe. Yes, of course, but I don't think it's true. And I used to think it was true. I totally did. I used to, oh my God, no, if you do that, I can never forgive you. You can never come back from that. High probability of that being true. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's the trust is just gone. The foundation's gone. I totally understand it. But since I've done all the studying and understanding human psychology and human behavior and evolutionary psychology, just we are just so we're freaking a little screwed up as humans, right? We're hurt. We have wounds, we have baggage, we do things we don't necessarily think of or mean at the time. We're just selfish and hurt. Not excusing it, guys. I'm not saying go and cheat on your spouse. No, don't do that. Just understand the deeper layers of the whys. That's it. And what you choose to do with that understanding is up to you. Simple. That'll never leave your mind. Of course. Of course. I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that. I am just a firm believer in how people can learn from their mistakes and evolve and get better as people if they choose to do that. That's their choice. We've all done some things in our life that we're not proud of. We've all hurt people. We've all said some things to somebody. People have cheated. We're deeply flawed people, but you can learn and get better. I'm a firm believer in that. You can totally be set in your ways. Totally cool. Totally cool. I'm just trying to give my 2 cents. That's it. Totally be set in your ways. I used to be set in my ways too with a lot of things, like a lot. But I just try to learn more. And there's some things that I am so true to myself and stuck in my ways with certain things. I really am. I have boundaries too. It's all good in the hood. I'm just reading some comments, guys. So yeah, the question that we need to answer is, what are we protecting inside of us? Okay. There's like certain machinery in your brain that make you do these things and help you. I'm going to help you understand why. Okay. This isn't just trust your gut. No, which I'm a firm believer in that. Trust your gut. I'm very big on intuition. I feel it. I can't explain it. It's just something that is inside of me. So I'm a big believer in intuition and vibes. Huge. So who is this for? Right? If you are someone who prides yourself on reading people, if you're the friend that everybody comes for advice, the one who can spot a manipulator from across the room, and you still have at least once maybe stayed somewhere where you shouldn't, then this is for you. If you're sitting here thinking, oh my God, I would never ignore a red flag, ever. I have standards. I want you to stay. Just stay here for a second, okay? Because that sentence, that exact confidence, right, is one of the mechanisms. And I'm going to prove it to you. If you're in a little situationship right now, and there's just a small, tiny voice that you keep just turning the volume down on, right? I'm not going to tell you to leave. That is not what I do. That's not ever going to be my goal, is to tell you to leave. No. I'm not going to try to convince you that your relationship's doomed. That's not okay. That would make me kind of reckless, right? Not okay. One red flag is not just a verdict for you guys. It's not. I promise you. We're going to talk about the difference between that, between a flaw, a difference, a warning, because most people have never been taught that. Vamos Peru. And I also want to be careful because I don't want you to be just suspicious of every single person that you meet. Suspicion is not the goal here. Suspicion is just fear. It's a form of fear. And there's also a difference between understanding the patterns that you're in, right? And then changing them. Those two are completely different things. And it's run by two completely different parts of you also. We'll get there. We'll get there. Before we go a little deep, guys, I kind of want to hear from you. Not a monologue, please. There's only so much space you can type, but what is a red flag that you have ignored in the past to convince yourself, right, that it would get better? Anything. I'm genuinely curious because I know there's some people in there that probably have the same red flag. Let me know. I'm going to read some of them out loud, okay? They're always on their phone. Okay. Everybody's on their phone nowadays, right? Do I necessarily think that's a red flag? I don't know. Love bombing from my ex. I didn't know what it was at the time. That's a good one. That is a good one. What other ones? Hiding the screen. That's a good one. Hiding the screen. Yeah. I dated a redhead named Tiffany. You guys are funny. Too many male friends in their DMs. Doesn't want to make love. Okay. Dating an avoidant. So frustrating. I continue to do it. Yeah, Lisa, time to go inward with yourself and ask yourself why you are attracted to avoidance. What part of you is telling you, yep, that one, I'm going to go there. Figure it out. That's the answer. My wife is a panic attack on two legs. I'm sorry. That's sad. I hope you can help her with that. I really hope you choose to help her with that. Interesting, guys. I just wanted to see where everybody was at. Okay, let's start where everybody gets it wrong, right? What is a red flag? What is it? Most people have no idea what a red flag actually is. You think it's a flaw. It's not a flaw. If flaws were red flags, none of us would ever date anybody because every human being on this freaking earth is a walking pile of flaws just being held together. A red flag is not, he's messy. A red flag is also not, she talks too much when she's nervous. No. A red flag is also not the fact that he might chew a little loud or she's bad with money. These things, right? You think they're red flags. They're not. They're not. I'm reading some of your comments, guys. Male work friends. Careful with that one. That's going to be, I think, my next live. I think so. Work environments and why cheating is so prone in work environments. There's reasons. A red flag is a pattern that predicts a future problem. Okay? A red flag is a pattern that is predicting a future problem. Okay, that's it. It's not the behavior. It's what the behavior is broadcasting to you or forecasting to you or showing you what you're going to be dealing with in the future. That is a red flag. Let me repeat it for you if you missed it. Okay. A red flag is a pattern that predicts a future problem. Okay, that's it. So there's little imperfections, right? Like what I just said, chews loudly, is bad with money, leaves the cabinet doors open. She's always 10 minutes late to stuff. These things annoy you, but they don't endanger you. They don't. And if you think those things are a red flag, buddy and honey, no, change your standards. A red flag is a value that does not align with yours. Could be. Because those values, that misalignment is predicting something in the future that you guys are going to disagree of something. And it's going to come down to, do I want to be with this person or not? Do I choose this person regardless of the misalignment or not? And that is your choice, right? So anyways, imperfections. They are not going to endanger you. They won't. A lot of people leave good people and good relationships over imperfections because they've been sold this freaking fantasy of, is this a word? Frictionlessness. Is that a word? Where there's no friction, right? And a lot of people, they tolerate the danger because they've been told, or they've told themselves, that it's just an imperfection. You got to figure out what it is. Then you have differences. You're an introvert, they're an extrovert. You process out loud, they need to go in quiet and think. You want to talk about it now, they need some time, maybe a day. Those aren't flaws at all. They're just not you. It's just different, right? Differences require some negotiation. They don't require you to just pick up and leave. Got to figure it out. Then there's the actual warning. And here's how you know the difference, okay? Because this is what separates everything, okay? Everything. A true red flag has some fingerprints on it. Like I said, it's a pattern. It's not just one single moment. Anybody can have a bad night. Anybody can. The question to ask isn't, did they do the thing? No, it's not that. The question is this who they are when it's inconvenient, when it's stressful, when we're fighting, all that stuff, right? The second part of it is if it involves your safety or your dignity or your reality. Does it threaten your physical or emotional safety? Does it chip away at your self-respect, your ego? Does it make you doubt yourself? That's a huge one. When somebody's like consistently rewriting the story or the events so that you're always the crazy one, that's not communication, guys. That is not. That's a victim mentality and an attack on your reality. That rhymed. Sorry, guys. I'm so hungry. I'm eating berries and a protein shake. That's all I got. A huge one also is no accountability, right? Do they take accountability and do they change? That one is huge. Because a person who screws up and owns it fully and actually shifts their behavior over time is, guess what? Showing you the signal of the most important green flag of a person. Accountability and owning it and just changing. Accountability and making the change. That one's huge. Something I have had to learn also in my past, okay? Then there's the flip side, a person who does the same hurtful thing on a loop over and over and over again while insisting to you that they have changed, right? They're showing you a pattern. So here's the reframe, guys. Stop asking, is this a red flag? Okay. That's like saying, oh my God, is that person a narcissist? That needs to stop. We need to stop doing that. Okay. You need to start asking, is this a pattern? Does it cost me my safety or my self-respect or my dignity? Ask all those things. And when I name it, when I try to set a boundary or enforce something, do they move toward me or away from me? Simple. Simple. Now, let me say this. This is the real reason I think people keep it a little vague. I don't think you stay confused because the situation's unclear. I don't. I think you stay confused because sometimes clarity comes with a bill, big receipt. The second that you let yourself name it clearly, you become responsible for it, right? And an unnamed thing, unnamed, it requires nothing of you. You can't keep the whole full picture blurry on purpose. That's what we tend to do because, oh no, I'm not going to see things for what they really are because that means I have to face it and that means I have to make a decision and I'm scared and I don't want to do that. No. No. Next time you catch yourself literally saying, I don't know, maybe I'm just overthinking it. You're not. You need to pause and ask yourself what you're actually unsure about and why. And whether being sure would cost you more than you needing to pay that bill. Because it's coming. The bill is coming, whether you like it or not. Confusion is often just a choice or a decision that you're refusing to make. Okay? I've already seen a couple people across the just reading some of your comments across the comments saying, but I never saw the pattern until it was too late. Exactly. Right. Exactly. Hold that thought. Okay. If it's so clear, why is it so hard to see in real time? It's not that you're not smart enough. It's not that. Some people are like, man, you idiot. Why are you like that? No, bro, it's not like that. It's not as easy as we think. Okay. Why does your brain ignore them? Some of you are scared. Some of you have shame. Some of you have guilt. Some of you have fear, whatever it is. Whatever it is. All of us have voices in our heads telling us, oh, don't do that. Oh, yep, maybe I should be careful of this person, right? I'm not going to give you that permission. You have to learn this yourself and do it in real time with the people in your life currently that might not be the best for you. You have to. Stop thinking of your brain as just a truth machine. It's not. It can be. It can be, but this can play movies in our head too. This can play movies, and you don't want it. You don't want it to play movies because the movies sometimes aren't good, typically. There are 3 mechanisms that I want to talk about that are underneath your awareness. Okay, we're going to talk about them. Once you see them, I don't think you can unsee them, but we'll see. We'll see. The first one is, I've talked about this before, confirmation bias. the moment you decide you like someone, your brain will quietly switch jobs, right? It'll stop being like a detective and it becomes like on the defense. A detective needs the facts, right? What's true. An attorney or somebody like a defense attorney, right? They're going to ask you, how do I win? Two different things. Two different things. And once your brain is your partner's defense attorney. Oof. Every piece of evidence gets sorted by whether it helps the case or not. It's not necessarily facts or what is true. He cancels a date 3 times in a row. What would a detective say? That's a pattern, right? Of what? Low investment. So, but what does your attorney say to you? Oh, he's just really stressed. He's just really stressed at work. You know what? It's honestly, it's kind of a mature thing that he's prioritizing his job. I'm really proud of that. See the difference? You didn't necessarily lie to yourself, and that's the terrifying part. You built and created this reasonable explanation for everything. And the smarter you are as a person, the more reasonable you get. There's also optimism bias. Human beings, I think, like systematically overstimulate how the future is going to be. And there's research on this, and I'm blanking on the psychologist's name. Oh, what is her name? Hold on. I need to get it for you because that's going to drive me nuts. One moment. Is it? Ah, yeah, it's her. Tali Sharot. Tali Sharot. Okay, she's a psychologist. Tali Sharot. Sharot. She spent years documenting that most people believe that they're less likely than average to get divorced, to get sick, to fail, all those things. I think she says we're wired to believe that things will work out for us specifically, even when we can look at the exact same odds happening to everybody else around us. That is her whole spiel. Okay. She has books, the influential mind, the optimism bias, which is what we're talking about right now. I don't have the study up right here, but I have her up here. Let me link something for you guys so you can take a look. So you can take a look at her. Here, she has a good video that I like to watch, and I'm going to put it in here for you guys. I hope you can see it. I'm going to put in all the streams really quick. I need to share everything with you guys. Everything. Okay. I put that there for you. I don't know why I can't pin it, but that is the that's the video that I'm talking about. That's just a short video. Well, it's about an hour. Excuse me. So anyways, the optimism bias, it's positive thinking. You're thinking optimistically. So like, this is the worst that it'll be. Oh, it won't be that bad. No. In most cases, the way somebody treats you in that like honeymoon phase where they're trying the absolute hardest, that is probably how they're going to treat you later. The third one is cognitive dissonance. This psychologist, let me find this guy for you guys. His name's Leon Festinger. Leon Festinger. Yep. There he is. He has passed away now. But I'm going to share it with you guys as well. This is a video that I like to watch sometimes. Hi, Sharv. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, I just posted his video there too. He built an entire field, an engine around the whole entire thing. Your mind cannot comfortably hold two contradicting beliefs at the same time. He calls it a psychological pain. It's like static, and the mind like literally will do almost anything to make that static stop. So picture it. You hold two beliefs. Belief number 1 is I am smart. I'm a high value person with good judgment. Belief 2 is that I'm being treated in a way a smart person with good judgment would not accept. Those two cannot coexist. The static is unbearable. So your mind has two options to kill the pain. Option A is to change your behavior, leave, confront it, set a boundary. That's expensive because that can cost you the relationship, right? Which we're scared of because we don't want to be alone. Option B requires no action, no loss, no hard conversations, right? So which one do you think the mind reaches for at midnight when you're tired and you just want it to be okay? Option A or option B? What do you think? Good answer. Good answer. Man, my posture. Guys, call me out on my posture. That was bad. I'm all, so ugly. I just caught myself. No. B, good job. Good job, guys. Option B. You guys are paying attention. Good job. Every single time, your brain and nervous system will reach for option B. And in the moment, it doesn't feel like self-betrayal. It really doesn't. It doesn't. It feels like maturity, right? Because you're making a choice. You're not sweating it. You're not sweating the small stuff. Feels like you're being the bigger person sometimes too, right? Nope. Self-abandonment almost always shows up as wearing a costume of growth. It's fake. When your mind chose to protect that belief instead of protect you, what was it actually defending? It wasn't him or her. It was never him or her. Just look at the two beliefs. Again, one of them is I'm a person with good judgment. That's one that's very guarding because to admit the red flag is real. It's very real. You don't just have to lose the relationship. You have to accept that you, the smart one, the perceptive one, the one who reads people, got fooled. And it hurts. And for a lot of people, guys, especially high-performing people, being wrong about a person, it doesn't feel like just a mistake. It's like a demotion of yourself. It hits you in such a way where, man, like it can make or break you. So in my opinion, you didn't defend him or her. You defended your right to still be the smart one and to make a choice. And you paid for that with years of your life, right? Because I know a lot of you right now are in a relationship or a marriage that has been 10, 15, 20, maybe even 30 years because you ignored the red flags. If that is you, it's okay. This is why I'm doing this, so you can learn and get better and evolve and hopefully make the relationship that you're in stronger, at least the relationship with yourself. That is my goal first. My goal is to not fix couples and fix marriages. No, ultimately, yeah, I hope people have long-lasting relationships and healthy marriages and a good, strong connection with your partner and that's built on layers of compatibility, I do truly want that for you. But more importantly, it starts with you first, your choice to heal. That is where I get excited because of my background and where I come from, of losing the weight, becoming a different person, changing who I am fundamentally through and through. That is where I get so excited. And when people come to me wanting to be coached by me, that is what we do. We work on the self first. How can you fix your marriage if you are freaking screwed up? You can't. You can't. So it starts with you as the individual person first. And a lot of people ask me, Lauren, do you work with couples? Yes and no. Yes, of course I do, but only if I know that it will benefit both of you working with me together at the same time. That is very rare. Very, very, very rare when that happens. And I do things a lot differently because of my own story and just how I want to do things. It's just me. It starts with you first. We have a trap, guys. We all get in this trap of, do I bring it up? Do I not? Do I say something? Do I not? How are they going to take it? You do it anyway. Face the fear. Face your fear. You know what I'm going to read to you right now? I should know it by heart. I should freaking know it by heart. This used to be my screensaver. And if any of you have seen the movie Dune, Dune. Oh my gosh. There is this lady in there, Lady Jessica. Are you familiar with it? Here it is. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to see if some of you guys guessed it. Oh my God, I keep losing it. Okay, there it is. This is the quote. This is the quote. It's from Dune, Lady Jessica. I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. I have full body chills right now. I don't know if you can see it. My hairs on my arms are standing up. That freaking quote is so powerful and so true. In the movie, she is in a situation where she's either going to lose her son or she's not. Pretty intense stakes, right? But that's the quote that she's saying to herself while she's waiting for her son to come back and do what he needs to do. And if you guys have seen the movie, I love that movie. Love the movie, love the second one. And I love that quote so much. Fear is the mind killer. It is. It's the little death that brings total obliteration. And she's like, F that. I will face my fear. It's going to pass through me and over me. And once it's gone, I'm going to look to the inner eye and see its path. What was it teaching me? It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It destroys everything. It destroys your confidence. It destroys your goals. It destroys your clarity, everything, fear. And a lot of it is fear of the unknown. Why are we scared of something we don't know? Because it's unfamiliar. We don't know what it's going to feel like. So our body's like, nope. Nope, I'm going to keep that right over there. Don't do that. Face your fear. Always face your fear. Do you think that I was almost 300 pounds, guys. And then I stepped on stage in a tiny little bikini, showing my body, being judged on it. But I was so proud of myself for getting to that point. That fear that I had, so small. I had some. I was nervous, of course. But It is what it is, right? It is what it is. I faced my fear and I did it anyway. See, somebody's calling me out on my posture. I know. Well, one, it's my chair. My chair is a little funky, and then my elbow's on this thing, so it's making me like lean. But I know. I'm aware of it. Thank you for calling me out. I appreciate that. So, anyways, guys, face your freaking fear. Face it. Do it scared. Do it uncertain. Do it without knowing what the outcome is going to be. Just freaking do it. Don't trap yourself. Okay, so what were the three? Confirmation bias, optimism bias, and cognitive dissonance. Okay. So chaos, right? Chaos can feel like home to a lot of us. Your nervous system is not attracted to what's healthy. It's attracted to what is familiar. That is it. Your nervous system doesn't have a preference for peace. It has a preference for recognition. And it's not asking you, oh, is this good for me? No, it's not. It's asking one question and one question only. Have I survived this before? And if the answer is yes, it relaxes. Not because it's safe, but because it's known and it's familiar. This is what isn't taught, guys, to people. And it is fascinating and mind blowing to me, okay? When you're a child, your brain is doing one primary job. It's building a map of what love feels like. It's watching the adults around you. It's watching any relationship that you have around you. And the cruel part is it doesn't write the healthiest definition of what love is for you, okay? Especially if you grew up in just a horrible time. Whatever was consistently present when you were young, that is what gets wired inside of your body. Whatever it is. This is what connection feels like. Whatever that connection was, even if it was super happy, positive, okay, great. If it was volatile, toxic, and abusive, unfortunate. That is what you're going to seek in other partners subconsciously, not consciously. So if you grew up in a home where love came with anxiety, where you had to like read the room, manage your parents' emotions, earn affection, all that crap, your body learned what? It learned like love is supposed to feel like vigilance, or it's you need to perform for it. And now as an adult, when you meet somebody stable who shows up and stays regular and consistent, instead of feeling relief, which you should, you feel bored or like that's not what I'm used to. So you push it away. That's the tell, guys. That's the whole thing. When healthy registers as boring, something's wrong. Something's wrong. The person who gives you those like spikes of emotions, hot and cold, pulls and pushes, the guessing, your body doesn't experience that as instability. It says, this is home. This is good. It lights up and says, there it is. There's the love. And you'll call that feeling chemistry. You'll call it a spark. You'll call it, I've never felt this way about anybody, right? Drop a 1 in the chat if you've said any of those things before, please. What you're actually feeling, guys, it's a wound, and it's a childhood wound. 1. Yep. There we are. There it is. It's a wound. It's a wound from childhood. Look at all the ones. There's so much research out there, guys, about attachment and wounds and trauma and baggage and what it does to the body. It's fascinating to me. An anxiously attached person, right? It doesn't just tolerate an emotionally unavailable partner. They're like literally magnetized to one. They're being pulled to one because that unavailability activates the exact attachment system that felt like love the first time around growing up. It's so backwards. Remember when I said that you had an attorney and lawyers? Okay, the confirmation bias and the dissonance are the lawyers, right? Inside of you. This is the client. Your attachment system is the client. Okay. It walked into that office and said, you know what? I need to stay attached to this person because attachment is survival. And this feels like the love that I know. And I need you to build me the case. I don't care what evidence you have. I don't care. Right. And your brilliant, high IQ, top of your class, prefrontal cortex of your brain, right, says, okay, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And gets to work, right? Explaining to you every single red flag and why you need to ignore them. That's why you can't out logic it. Logic is it's a downstream. Can't throw logic on that. What's happening? Are we fighting in the comments? What's happening here? My YouTubers. What's happening here? Thank you, Gabe. Thank you so much for that. That was really nice. Anxious attachment pushes them away. It's not just the feeling, guys, that you're drawn to. You're also drawn to a familiar version of yourself. Because if you grew up earning love, you didn't learn what love feels like. You just learned who you had to be to get it. And that's the sad part. The one who stayed calm when someone else fell apart. The one who was always anticipating their moods, like your parents, right? The one who was easy, useful, low maintenance, good, okay. A chaotic partner does not feel like home to that type of person. It doesn't. You're not addicted to them. You're addicted of who you get to be around them and the familiar feeling that it gives you. And leaving them, it doesn't just mean losing a person. It's like retiring the only version of yourself that you ever knew. And that's why it feels like grief. It makes no sense. For someone wired and built around anxiety, calm doesn't just feel boring. That's a big one. But it can feel like you are unseen because when you're anxious about somebody, it means that they still have the power above you to hurt you. And if they can still hurt you, it means that they still matter. And if they still matter that much, then surely that's love, right? So the anxiety starts to feel like proof. We don't stay because we're happy. We stay because the anxiety convinces us that we still care. I'm curious again. I'm a curious person. Growing up, was love in your house calm and consistent, or was it something that you had to earn? You don't have to explain it. You can just Type it if you want to. You don't have to. It's fine. I know it's a touchy subject. Earn love. Earn love. I'm sorry, guys. Just reading some of the comments everywhere. I hope you realize that we are all so similar on so many levels, guys, and we need to really like just love everybody more. We need it like desperately. I don't give a flying fahoodle what you believe in, what side you're on. I don't give a shit at all. Just be kind. If you can't be kind, figure out why you can't be kind. Once you figure out why, then you know that you have the power to change. You do. I used to think the complete opposite, guys. I was not a nice person all of the time. I was a very hurt person, and guess what? Hurt people hurt people. Doesn't excuse it, but you just learn a lot about yourself. We need love. We need to support each other and help each other grow. We're so disconnected as humans, guys. And it really bums me out because when I read and talk to all of you, we're all going through shit. We're all going through hard times. We're all battling something. We're all struggling somehow. And that makes me sad. And I'm trying to change that. So I know 99% of you guys are all positive and you're all amazing to me and you're kind to me. And the 1% that send me hate and are just nasty and mean and want to see me fail and I get threats. Like, it's amazing. It's amazing. I can't imagine being somebody in like a high political world of all the shit that they get. But man, it's amazing how hurt people are. And I think we have the capability of helping more than we think we do. But it is what it is. Back to the program, right? I went on a little tangent. Sorry. One of the most dangerous drugs, guys, potential. A lot of people pay attention to the potential somebody has. Let's think of a scenario here. Let's think of a woman. We'll call her, I'll use my dog's name. We'll call her Maya. It's my dog's name. She's a composite of all the women that I have talked to, okay? So if she sounds like you, not an accident. Or if you're a guy, okay? I'll use my other dog's name. His name is Greg. Maya and Greg. So we're doing both sexes here so no one gets offended. Maya's smart. She's sharp. She's successful. The kind of person that has everything color coordinated and organized. And Maya spent 3 years with somebody who on maybe paper, everyone told her to leave. But here's what Maya would tell you on why she stayed. She probably wouldn't describe the actual man that was in front of her. She's describing somebody who doesn't exist. You don't understand who he is underneath. You don't see him when it's just us. He's got so much potential. I'm such a brat. Oh my God, we've said it all before, guys. We've said it all before. He's so close. He's so close to getting it all together. I've said that before. My God. Not with my husband. With my ex. He had so much potential. Didn't have the potential. Oh my God. I can go on and on about that 6 years of my life. Not a tangent. Passionate discretion. Thank you. I appreciate it. Anyways, guys. Every single time reality, right, kicks in and the disappointments come. This is the thing I need you to understand, guys, okay? Most people are not in a relationship with a person. They're in a relationship with potential, and potential is such a powerful drug because unlike a real person, potential can never disappoint you. It's like hope, right? Everyone has potential. Everyone can hope. That's why I say potential is not enough. Hope is not enough. Love is not enough. It's not. It's not enough. Because it's like, okay, he's almost going to get there. He's almost going to deliver. And that almost is exactly the state that keeps your brain stuck and hooked on the person. Are you dating who they are or who they can become? Because those two things are completely different, okay? And only one of them is real. When you fall for potential, you're signing a contract with a person who hasn't shown up yet, and you're paying the full price for the delivery that they're giving you today, the real stuff. Man, you're not being loving. You're not. You're loaning your time and your peace and your energy to potential. No. Stop doing that. Potential is borrowed time. Exactly. That's why I always say to people, like, it is so unfair to bring all your baggage to the next relationship. It's like, no, fix your shit. Fix it. Don't, that's not fair to the other person. Bring just a little bit. Just a little bit. Because obviously we can't be fully healed. All right. Let's talk about Greg. Right? Greg is the other one. Also a composite. Also 100, maybe thousands of men that I've talked to. Daniel's version, or Daniel, where did Daniel come from? Greg, that is my dog's name. I have Maya and I have Greg. Greg is a Chihuahua, Maya is a German Shepherd. I'll post a picture on my social media in case you don't believe me. Sorry, that was rude. Thanks, Gabe. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I try to be awesome. I think I'm awesome. So does my husband. Anyways, okay, Greg, right? Greg didn't fall for who she had become emotionally already. No. He fell for who she became when things settled down. He told himself the jealousy, the tests, the explosions, the way she'd rewrite every single argument so that he was the villain. Poor Greg. That was just because maybe she didn't feel secure enough yet. Who knows? You know, once we move in together, she'll relax. Once we're engaged, she'll trust me. No. He mistook her chaos for passion and mistook his own endurance for love. Men are told their entire lives, guys, that good men can fix anything. So Greg didn't see that as a red flag. He saw a challenge, right? to his worth as a man. He saw a challenge and poured years into that relationship that she never really asked for or agreed to. But he needed to crack the code. The wrong code to crack, my friend. Maya and Greg, different stories. Same drug. He wasn't dating her. He was dating a woman that she supposedly would become once he sacrificed enough to deserve her or earn her. See how backwards that is? I am demolishing this fruit, guys. This is so good. Sorry, I'm hungry. I'm going to barbecue some steak after this. Okay. This is what's going to keep you guys stuck, guys. Here's a scenario. You buy a ticket at a concert. Non-refundable. Day of the show, you feel terrible, you're exhausted, you have a fever, and maybe you realize that you don't really want to go anymore. Every logical bone in your body says, you know what, you should stay home and rest. But you go anyways. You go, you drag yourself out, you sit through 2 to 3 hours of music that you're not even really enjoying. You're feeling worse. And if somebody asked you why, you'd say, oh, well, I paid for it, right? Just stop and hear that sentence again. The money's gone. It's gone. You paid for it, whether you go or not. Sitting in that seat miserable doesn't get you your money back. It just adds a bad night on top of a lost ticket. But what does your brain do? It can't stand the idea of wasting what you already spent. So it throws a good time after some bad money, okay? There's behavioral experts out there, guys, that have documented this for decades, that we make decisions based on what we've already invested rather than what's actually best for us going forward. And it's one of the most powerful forces that keeps good people in relationships that they know are over. But here's what happens. 5 years in, 10 years in, you look at the relationship clearly, maybe for the first time, and part of you knows. And then the other voice comes in, because it always does, right? Let's call that voice the accountant. You got your lawyers and you got the accountant. That accountant says, but look at everything you've already put in already. The time, the years you're never going to get back, the money, the house, the kids, the wedding, the businesses. Excuse me. The public commitment, the vows, the ring, the children, God, my God, the emotional energy, the thousands of hours trying to fix, forgive, and hope that things are going to get better. And guess what your accountant does? It tallies everything up and delivers a verdict to you. That traps millions of people. You've come too far to leave now. Have you ever said that to yourself? Type a yes in the comment if you have said that to yourself. I have come too far to leave now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oops. I want to see how many people have said that. Man. I know, guys. I know. I've come too far to leave now. That logic, guys, is exactly what's backwards. And that's the difference between just a wasted chapter and a completely wasted life. Everything you've already spent, the time, the years, the energy, everything, it's gone. It's gone. It's spent whether you stay or leave. Staying doesn't recover it. Staying just means that you keep spending on top of a loss, okay? Stop asking that question. How much have I already put in? No, the money's off the table. The only question that matters is, starting from right now with everything I know, is this the best use of the life that I have left? Because we're all going to die, guys. We're all going to die one day. There's a second layer. It's a little sneakier than the first. And I think it's the real reason people stay long after your accountant, long after his math stops working. It's about the ego. Because if you leave, you have to say 4 words that the intelligent, high achieving, I have good judgment part of you finds almost physically impossible to say. I was wrong. 3 words, not 4. Can't count. That's it. That's the wall. Leaving means admitting to yourself, that your family, to the friends who warned you, that you made a mistake and not a small one. And for a lot of smart people, being wrong feels way more threatening than being unhappy. I was wrong isn't really the wall, though. It was never the years or the money. The thing you can't bear to lose is the version of you that chose this. Ooh, you chose it. Because if the relationship was a mistake, then who picked it? Defended it, married it, had children with it? That person was fooled. And you have to wake up tomorrow still being them. So this isn't a bad investment you're protecting. It's an identity. Leaving doesn't feel like losing a relationship. It feels like a little death to yourself and your ego. This explains something, guys, that makes no sense from the outside, and something people watching your life, they just can't understand it. It's why you're going to defend the person who's hurting you. Your friends will tell you, how can you take his side? And you don't even know why you're doing it. Here's why. As long as they're a good person, your years weren't wasted and your judgment wasn't broken. But the moment you admit that they're not, the whole story collapses, and it takes you and your story that you've created down with it. So you're not defending them. You're defending the meaning of your own life and the story that you've created. Walking away from something that is costing you your life and your sanity is not quitting. That's not you being weak. You're not wasting the years that you spent. Those years taught you something. And the lesson, it doesn't require you to keep subscribing to that channel or going to that class, right? The most expensive thing that you will ever do is stay somewhere wrong to protect the story that you're never wrong. And we're wrong sometimes. And that's okay. Have you ever stayed somewhere just because leaving felt like admitting you wasted the time? Yes or no? I think we're about to get real honest with ourselves, guys. You're probably thinking, okay, fine, my ego, I get it. But why does leaving feel physically impossible then? Why do I feel like I'm in a withdrawal? It's not a metaphor. You're not being dramatic. You are, in a very literal neurochemical way, addicted to them. Why is a slot machine more addictive than a vending machine? Think about it. Just think about it for a second. I wonder if anybody can guess it. I'm curious. A vending machine gives you exactly what you pay for every single time. Press C4 and you get the chips or the Snickers or whatever. It's reliable, it's consistent, and nobody in the history of the world, I think, has ever developed a crippling addiction to a vending machine. But a slot machine. A slot machine has destroyed lives. Same idea, right? You put money in, sometimes you get money out, but one of them is a compulsion and one of them is boring. What's the difference? It's one word, guys. What is the difference? Da, 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 da. Unpredictability. That's the word. Unpredictability. The vending machine, it rewards you every single time, very consistently. So your brain relaxes, it shuts off, it knows what's coming. But the slot machine rewards you sometimes and on a schedule that you can never predict, nor will you ever be able to predict that. And that sometimes is the trap. There's a psychologist named B.F. Skinner. I think I'm saying that right. And he proved it in a lab decades ago and found that if you reward behavior every time, the behavior is weak. But the moment the reward stops, the behavior stops. But if you reward a behavior randomly, sometimes yes, sometimes no, unpredictability, remember, that behavior becomes like impossible to ignore or extinguish. He called it a variable reward schedule. It's the single most addictive reinforcement pattern that there is. It's why slot machines are built the way that they're built and why you can't put your phone down. And it's exactly what a hot and cold relationship runs on. The pattern, hot. They're all in. They get the attention and the affection and the I've never met anybody like you, the intensity, right? Your brain gets flooded. Jackpot. And then cold. The flip side, right? They pull away. Distant, distracted, short with you, maybe a little explosive, or gone. And you're left standing there holding what? Confusion. Thinking, oh my God, what did I do? Where did they go? How do I get the hot version of them back? And then sometimes, unpredictability, they come back. Sometimes they don't. But when they do, the warmth returns. Jackpot again. And the relief is intense and very intense. So physically intense that it feels like the greatest love in the world. Hot, cold, attention, withdrawal, repeat. That's not a relationship, guys. That is a freaking slot machine with a face. No. We blame dopamine, guys. And we get it slightly wrong. Okay, so let me correct it because this correction I think will be the whole insight. Dopamine is not primarily the chemical of pleasure. It is a little bit, but it is the chemical of anticipation, of wanting. Pleasure just comes later after that. And there's tons of neuroscientists out there that literally show your dopamine system doesn't spike the most when you get the reward. It spikes the most when a reward is possible, but uncertain. How crazy is that? When you might get it, the maybe, the uncertainty. You understand? You understand? It means that the most intoxicating state in your brain that it can ever be in is not having love. It's almost having it. It's the maybe, the chase. So, in a constant, secure, healthy, stable relationship where love is super reliable and there and present all the time, the dopamine stays calm because there's no uncertainty, nothing to chase, and you're understimulated. The wound trained brain reads that calmness as no spark and boring. But in the toxic relationship, the uncertainty, oof, man, it's a high. Excuse me. Sorry. This is also why the leaving, guys, feels like a withdrawal, because it is a withdrawal. You're not just leaving a person. You're trying to walk out of a casino mid-spin when that machine has literally trained your brain for months or years that the very next pull could be the jackpot. Maybe. And of course it hurts. Of course you relapse. Sorry, that was rude. My mouth is full. Of course you relapse and text him at friggin' 2 a.m. I miss you. I'm curious to know more about you guys. Have you ever felt more addicted to the person than in love, but you couldn't tell the difference? If you're nodding right now, just notice something, please. Naming it is the first thing that breaks the spell. Naming it. The casino only works in the dark. Nobody ever got sober by understanding that they had a problem. Understanding is the doorway. That is the first step. Awareness. Walking through it over and over and over again until the craving loses its grip. That is a process. And that's the hardest and most specific pieces about this whole thing, guys. Everything we've talked about so far, the biases, the wiring, the fantasy, the math, the chemistry, everything, there's a secret to all of it. Every one of those mechanisms is at its root just a bodyguard. And they're all guarding the same thing, standing in front of the door so you don't have to open it, protecting me, right? Behind that door is fear, and not one fear. It is a whole crowd of fears. Okay. Shall we name them? Because fear loses a shocking amount of power the second you say it out loud and you actually look at it directly instead of letting it run the show from the sidelines. Like, no, don't do that. First fear, starting over. Going back to zero. The apps, the first dates, explaining your story over and over again. The freaking sheer exhaustion of building a life with someone from scratch when you're older and more tired than you were the first time. That's the first fear. Second, probably most common fear is fear of being alone. Let me be precise here, okay? Because this one's a little misunderstood sometimes. For a lot of people, it's not really the fear of solitude, it's the fear of what solitude will make them feel. The silence, the empty side of the bed, the moment at night with no one to talk to or distract you or watch a show with, or help you with something you're dealing with on the inside. Some people stay in a loud, painful relationship specifically because it's loud enough to drown out the quietness that they're terrified to sit in because it is uncomfortable. The third fear is probably that there's nobody else, which is so far from the truth. That they're the best that you could do. No. The lower your sense of your own value, when that drops, the more you believe no one else would want you, the more trapped you become. It's a cage, guys. And the freaking bars and the walls are made out of your own diminished self-image of yourself. The very relationship hurting you convinces you the only shelter from the storm it's creating, it's you. We can't do that. And then, okay, I'm scared of failing, fear of failure. The wedding that everybody came to, like I said before, the relationship that you posted all over social media about, your friends and family who like them, or the ones that said, I told you so. For a lot of high achieving people, that's tough. So you perform a happy relationship for an audience, right? Which is killing you and killing them at the same time. The shame of ending it is so much louder than the pain of staying. So you stay. And the fear of the wasted years, right? Which is really like, if I leave now, then all of it meant nothing, which is so not the truth. So not the truth at all. Hold on, guys. Just checking my streams. If I'm not like in it, it will like exit the stream. I don't understand. Okay, we're good. We're good. Fear doesn't keep you safe, guys. Fears keep you stuck and it keeps you seated in the same position, okay? And there's a difference between being safe and just being still. I'm going to ask you guys a question. If you want to put it in the chat, you can. You don't have to. Again, judgmental free zone. If anybody's being a jerk or mean or bullying or not being nice to somebody for opening up, you're gone. Goodbye. And I block you from my channel forever. So don't be a jerk. Okay? What are you actually afraid of? If you're honest with yourself, what are you actually afraid of? And is that fear about something happening right now, or is it about a story that you've told yourself? Be honest. It's okay. It is okay. Curious. Afraid of rejection, financial failure, not having the same feeling. Only afraid of abandonment, but my parents did that to me 35 years old. I feel like an orphan. I'm sorry. Something that helped me a lot was understanding my parents a lot more on a very deep psychological and emotional and spiritual level. And something that helped me a lot with that was psychedelics, specifically. I don't want to say it. Am I going to get in trouble? Hold on. I'm putting it in the chat. That and that. That is what helped me tremendously. Understand who my parents are, why they are the way that they are, why they were the parents the way that they were. And man, it's pretty heavy, pretty powerful. Pretty powerful. So look into those modalities that I typed in the chat right now. Hey, Paul. Being rejected by my kid. Heavy, right? Heavy. And I know I'm not a parent yet, guys, so I can't 100% relate. And I know that. It's impossible, right? But something, speaking from, I guess, a child's point of view to a parent, the best gift that you can give your kids is not just the education of life and teaching them how to be a good person and how to show up. It's working on yourself and healing the parts of you that they get to witness in real time. And you get to teach them who you were, why you were the way that you were, why your parents were the way that they were. This is a good opportunity for you guys to get closer and teach and educate. But there's seasons, there's times where you're going to have to wait for that season. Your kids might be mad at you. They might have some resentment. Let them. You have to. Miss Mel Robbins, right? Let them. You have to give them the space to be upset. Give them the space to be angry. Let them be kids. But also know that they don't hate you. They are just hurt and trying to process their emotions. So teach them about yourself, about your failures, about your baggage, your wounds, your issues, your trauma. Teach them. So you don't pass it down to them and they have a better understanding of why they are the way that they are. Teach them now. They need the time to build themselves up too, but you can help them by building yourself up because they are watching you. They're watching everything that you do. So what does this actually cost you guys? Ignoring the red flags. Time to get a little real, more real. When you spend months or years overriding your own perception, which is why you keep talking yourself out of things, out of what you feel, out of what you see, out of what your body keeps trying to tell you, you don't get away with it for free. There is a bill. Like I said before, you're going to get a receipt and it doesn't come due all at once. It comes in installments, like Klarna, right? Klarna will be the death of me. Installments, guys. And you barely notice each one until one day you look up and you don't even recognize the person in the mirror anymore. The first installment is resentment. Every time you swallow the thing that you needed to say, every boundary you didn't set, or every boundary you did set, but you didn't enforce it. Every it's fine when it wasn't fine. It doesn't just disappear. Thank you so much, Gabe. My gosh, thank you so much. Thank you. That was so nice. Anyways, yeah, resentment, guys. Sorry, I have squirrel brain still. It's just part of me. All those little moments, guys, it goes into somewhere. Where does it go? Think of it like an account. That account, what does it do? It creates interest, right? Until one day it's so full that it's leaking into everything about your life. You're snapping at things that maybe don't deserve it. You're cold in ways that you can't even really explain. And you're keeping a scorecard of every word, everything that they do, they say. Resentment is grief for a boundary that you never got to have. The second is emotional exhaustion. And I'm sure a lot of you were there, emotionally exhausted. Because staying in the wrong place is work. It's a full-time job. You're managing their moods and yours, walking on eggshells, doing all the friggin' mental gymnastics that you have to do, keep explaining, performing, providing, perform the we're fine for the world. It burns an enormous amount of fuel and energy inside of you. And you're not spending that time on your work, your friends, your dreams, your life. It's not that you're lazy or unmotivated. I think you're just running on an exhausted stimulation of okayness 24 hours a day. And it's draining you. It's draining you. That tank inside of you, your energy, it's draining it. You need that to live. The third one is loss of self-respect. Right? Something happens to you when you keep making promises to yourself and you break them. This is the last time. If they ever do it again, I'm done. I deserve better than this. And then you stay. Every single time you stay after telling yourself that you would leave. Why do we do that? Something inside of you just tears a little bit. You stop trusting your own word. You become someone who doesn't keep promises to yourself. And that is a deep wound, okay, that you are doing to yourself because you can leave them. You can't leave you. You have to wake up every single day the person who keeps abandoning yourself. Sucks. The fourth one, it compounds into every relationship that comes after. And that is trust issues. It's not that you stop trusting them, you stop trusting you. You notice a common theme here, guys? Everything comes back to you. To you. You are in the circumstances that you are because of your choices. But guess what? If choices got us here, choices could get us out. Just different ones, right? Mr. Tony Robbins says that all the time. But it's the truest truth. We make choices every single day, guys. Facts don't care about your feelings. You have now learned that your judgment is what has led you here, right? That your gut got overruled, that your yes and your no couldn't be relied on. So guess what? You walk into the next relationship either suspicious or worse, and completely unable to hear your own instincts at all because the last time they spoke up, you didn't listen. So guess what your body guess what you teach your body? That you can't trust yourself. That is the cost. It's not the bad relationship. The bad relationship is almost always the small part. The real cost is that you're ignoring your own self over and over and over again. And that slowly teaches you to become a stranger of yourself. Don't do that. The most dangerous thing a relationship does, guys, it's not breaking your heart. It's not that. It's the self-abandonment. And you've done that so effectively that you start to call that just who you are. And that's your personality, right? That's the scariest part. It's not who they've turned out to be. It's who you have become trying to keep them or the relationship alive. You can divorce a person, but it is much harder to divorce a habit or a pattern. So hard. 1,000 cuts. Exactly. The more you repress, the more it compounds. Carl Jung. Yep. Do 1% better every day. Baby steps in action can still go somewhere. 1,000,000% Libra 7624. I'm a Libra too. Woo. Libra power. So true. 1% better every day. Fail moving forward. Don't stay stuck. I have a question for you guys. What is 1% better? Don't get it. Be 1% better than you were yesterday. That's it. Just do something a little bit better than you did yesterday. A lot of us chase perfection. You're going to keep chasing forever because nobody's perfect. I need to make sure I got everything. Nah, move in the right direction. Tiny little movements. Oh my gosh, Michael, we almost had the same birthday. Libra power. Libra power. We're not going to get all zodiac. I don't know enough about it. It's just interesting to me. Just fail forward 100%. Yeah, that's funny. I'm online chatting with you. What's 1% better than that? Don't give me that much power. It's okay. I'm just a human, guys. Human being trying to do a good thing. Be 1% better every single day for yourself. Sit with this for a second, okay? It's going to hopefully reframe everything that I've said so far. Information creates understanding, okay? But repetition is what creates the identity. Everything you've learned tonight went into your brain, but the patterns are still there. They weren't dismantled just because I spoke. No. You don't change what's automatic inside of you just by learning. You change it by practicing a new automatic until it's more familiar than the old one. Think of a software, computer software. A lot of us have 1994 software or 1964 software, depending on how old we are, right? When was that software updated? Never. So now we're in 2026. You have to erase and download a new software. Simple, right? Nope. Because you never got anything backed up. You never transferred stuff to the cloud. You never cleaned out your files. Everything just got piled up there. So it's going to take a good amount of time for you to get your shit together, right? But that doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means it's going to be a little harder. That's why most people who understand their patterns still repeat them. It takes time and patience and overruling the old system. Download a new one. You never had a red flag problem, guys. You have a self-abandonment problem wearing a little red flag, right? Everything I talked to you tonight, the defense attorney brain, the childhood wiring, the addiction to potential, the accountant, the casino, all the fears, right? Every single one of them is the same act performed by different characters, but it's you. You just have different characters inside of you. The act is always this: overriding what you already knew. Okay. You have to override what you already know. You just have to. I made a video not that long ago about being so married to a specific ideology, and I believe that keeps you stuck because I don't believe in certainty. I really don't. I think there's some things in life that are certain, yes, but about personal development and growth and learning, it's not certain. You just have to do what is right, do what feels good, do what challenges you, do the things that you know you need to do, but you're just scared to do it. What's his name? Chase Hughes talks a lot about that certainty. And I really liked his take on certainty, which made me want to change some of my ideologies. I don't conform to any specific ideology other than polarity. Other than masculine and feminine dynamics, that is pretty damn certain in my book. But everything else, I'm open. I'm opening to learn. A red flag is just information, guys. The red flag isn't the danger. Ignoring it is. And overriding it with the story that you create in your head. That is the danger. The red flag is just the information. What you choose to do with that is up to you. It's just a signal. Signals are trying to help you. They're trying to help you. So let me say very clearly what I refuse to say at the start. Red flags don't destroy relationships. Ignoring them does. Simple. Listen to your gut, guys. Listen to your gut. The red flag is never really about the other person. What you're willing to tolerate in someone else it's a confession of what you believe you deserve. Every excuse you made for them was a sentence about you. So show me what you keep forgiving, and I will show you exactly where you've decided you're not worth more. These are the things that you need to be saying to yourself. You don't need better radar. It's there. It's shown to you. We see them. We see them. You need to stop overriding your operating system telling you, hello, alert, danger zone, don't go here, wrong way. All those things, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. You need to stop needing chaos to teach you. Stop abandoning yourself to keep someone who's leaving anyway. Come home to yourself. That's the work. It's about becoming so self-aware that you stop explaining away all of the behaviors that your intuition and your gut are trying to tell you and warn you. I want to change the question now. We spent this whole time on what's wrong, right? The wiring, the fear, the patterns. And if you're not careful, you're going to walk away from tonight like, the goal is to fix what's broken in you. That's half of it, right? But there's more. I think that framing might keep you stuck because you're going to spend the rest of your life managing the problem instead of becoming a different person. So the real question, it's not what's wrong with me, it's who you're becoming. Who am I becoming? Can you even answer that for yourself? The goal isn't to avoid the next bad relationship. No. Avoiding still means organizing your whole life around the thing that you're afraid of. The real goal is to become someone that the red flag can't even get any traction on, because you became a person so at home with herself or himself, so unwilling to abandon yourself, that the dynamics that used to hook you in, they just don't anymore. They just slide off. You're not even resisting them. You just outgrew them. And you can see it so clear and make such a good distinction of what is good for you and what is not. And you don't lean to what is not good for you. A lot of people audition for people subconsciously, or you mistake anxiety for chemistry. You're not going to do that anymore because you finally know the difference. You feel the flicker that something's off, and you don't explain to yourself or write 3 paragraphs to your friend explaining why you need to stay anyway. You just notice, adjust, move on. There's no drama or crisis. And that's not hypervigilance, guys. Like, that is just awareness. It's the opposite, and it's peaceful. It is peaceful. Oh, I just dropped my ring. I'm not wearing my wedding ring, guys. I'm wearing my little black band because I was at the gym earlier. I don't wear my wedding ring at the gym. Wedding ring at the gym. I wear my little black band. If you have been following me on my Instagram and on my YouTube, you know that I am now on school. I'm dropping my school community on July 16th. I'm very excited. It's called the Flourish Method. If you type that in, you will see it. You will see it. It's not another freaking course that you're going to buy and you never open. No. It's not. I'm so excited, guys. I have been quietly putting this together for a while now, and I'm very excited that it's all coming to life. Very excited. And you guys voted. Let me get it up here, actually. I'm going to get it up here. If you guys go to my Instagram right now, you're going to see on my profile a broadcast channel. Where is it at? Where is it? Why can't I see it on my desktop? That is so strange. But okay, let me go on my phone really quick. If you go to my Instagram and you go to my profile and you type, like, well, you can't see it on my phone, but if you click the Flourish Method, you're going to see a broadcast channel. And this is where all the live announcements are going to be. And I posted a poll yesterday asking my peeps, I want you to decide what we cover first. So the options were, number 1, polarity and attraction, either that one, or number 2 was masculine leadership, and number 3 was emotional intelligence and self-awareness. And I'm a little surprised. I thought we were going to get number 1, polarity and attraction, but we have a lot more votes for number 3, for emotional intelligence and self-awareness. So that is going to be the first module of my school community, and I'm very excited. I'm new to school, so I'm learning how to do all this stuff, but I'm working with Alex Hermosi and his co-owners of school, and it's very exciting, and I cannot wait to drop it for you guys. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty great. I'm gonna be talking a lot about re-regulation, rewiring, alignment, embodiment, a lot, full expansion, everything, right? Where this stuff stops being work and it starts just being simply who you are. and I'm so freaking excited. I'm so excited. Pimp, good for you, Lauren. Thanks. Thanks, man. No, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So just stay tuned. Live updates are going to be posted in the broadcast channel. The comments, I don't think you can comment in there right now because I think there's a little over 1,000 members in there right now. So I don't want to turn on the comments just yet, but I will be because I want this to be interactive. But if you want to be a part of that channel, it's a free channel on my Instagram. It's called The Flourish Method, just to get live updates of when I'm going to be posting everything on school. So that's my spiel about school. Join it. Join July 16th, the Flourish Method or the Flourish School, my little flourishers. That's what I call you guys. So it's right. I looked, I didn't see it. If you go to my actual like page, it's in my bio and it's called the Flourish Method. Gabe, try again. Make sure you're on my profile because there's a lot of fakes. There's a lot of fakes out there. I can send you it if I'll send you my Instagram really quick so you can see it. I don't have Instagram alternative. I'm sorry. That's where it is. I'm sorry. That is where it is. What else can I do? I have been posting a little bit on my not my Facebook, maybe I could create a Facebook group too. I can do that, right? I can do a Facebook group. Just remember, guys, no one helps me. It's just me and my husband. So, it's a little overwhelming. There's a lot of you. There's over 2 million of you guys. So it's very exciting. But anyways, I wanted really quick to, where is it? I posted, I hope they're still watching. I know, thank you guys for being loyal to me. I told you I was going to go over some live questions and answers for some people that messaged me asking. Let me get them really quick. I saved them. Okay, this is from a lovely lady. I'm not going to say any names, guys, because I didn't preface that I was going to be talking like openly about this. I don't want to say their names just in case, but this is a lovely lady. This is what she sent me. I have to read it really quick. I have been single for years. My ex-husband cheated repeatedly. I just found myself again giving a guy a chance that I couldn't commit, giving a guy a chance that couldn't commit. Even though he told me I was his best friend, the most important person in his life, I recognize that we aren't compatible and he's breadcrumbing me, but I still want to be chosen. Excuse me. Okay, honey. I want you to pay attention to the very last sentence that you wrote to me. You said, I know we're not compatible. I know he's breadcrumbing me, but I still want to be chosen. That sentence tells me that this is not about him. Okay. It's about the wound that your ex-husband left behind. Okay. When you've been cheated on repeatedly, your brain starts confusing any attention with love. Every text message, every compliment, every little bit of effort, tiny, right? It feels like proof that maybe this is the time that you'll finally be enough, but that is the trap. Okay. You need to pay attention. That is the trap. You're not fighting for compatibility. You're fighting for validation, and those two things are completely different things. So here's what I want you and everybody listening to understand. When your self-worth is low enough, being chosen becomes more important than choosing wisely and choosing the right partner. You're not dumb. You're not an idiot. You're not stupid. No, you are just starving for the love and validation and closeness and safety and stability that you deserve. Every person that is starving doesn't evaluate the quality of the food. They just want something to eat. right? Emotionally, that's exactly what happens after betrayal. You will settle for the breadcrumbs because you've convinced yourself that breadcrumbs are better than nothing. Breadcrumbing isn't confusing, it's inconsistent. And inconsistency is the information. When somebody says, "You're the most important thing in my life, you're my best friend, I love you," but they won't commit to you, believe the behavior, not the words. How many times have I said your words mean nothing if they're not followed up by some sort of action? People will always reveal their intentions through consistency, not chemistry. So, my challenge for you is stop asking why he didn't choose you. You don't know. Start asking why you're willing to choose somebody who can't and won't choose you. The goal isn't finding someone who finally picks you. It's becoming the woman who is able to walk away the moment somebody shows you that they are emotionally unavailable. Confidence isn't finally getting chosen, honey. It's not. Confidence is realizing that you always had and still have the power to leave and do something for yourself. But you have to believe it. And you have to do it anyway. And you have to do it scared. And you have to understand why you're choosing this person. You have to understand why you're allowing him to treat you that way. Never listen to anybody's words unless it's followed up by action. If I was divorced 4 times, had 4 different baby daddies, was single, overweight, unattractive, unhappy, and I was giving this advice, would you listen to me? No. But my words match my actions. This is how I live. I'm happily married, never been divorced, never going to be divorced. Kids are coming, hopefully sooner than later, because I'm ready, right? But it's like me giving fitness and weight loss advice when I was almost 300 pounds. You can't do that, hun. You can't do that. So that is my advice to you. I hope that helps. I'll send you a little DM later letting you know that I addressed your question at 2 hours and 3 minutes of the live. So if you don't want to watch the entire live, you can just switch to this part. I'm going to move on to the next one really quick. Okay. This is a gentleman, married 15 years. Wife cheated on me twice. Proved intercourse once. The other found text messages. Aside from that, she's emotionally unavailable. When I bring up a relationship topic, she shuts down. Do we have to talk about this now? Or whenever I ask, it's I can't give anymore. So I just stop talking. Now just superficial topics with 2 kids involved, 14 and 15 years old. How do I tell her I'm done? How will this affect my kids? How do I tell my wife I'm done? I don't think that's the question you need to be asking first, right? I think the real question is how and why did I stay this long? So look at the facts, right? Cheated on you twice, confirmed physical affair, 1 emotional affair. Let's just assume the worst that there were multiple. Okay. She shuts down every relationship conversation. She tells you she has nothing left to give, right? These are your words that you sent to me. Eventually, yeah, you're going to stop bringing things up because it's not worth the rejection anymore or the headache or whatever. I understand it. But you can't resign emotionally with no action, right? You've adapted to living this emotionally hungry life. We as humans, we normalize whatever we experience long enough, right? The behavior we tolerate is what we're going to get. It's just is what it is. I keep dropping this thing. Sorry. People normalize anything, disrespect, neglect, loneliness, and eventually you stop asking for more because the disappointment hurts less than the hope. Okay. Your kids, on the other hand, I hear this all the time. I'm staying for the kids. But what are you teaching them? You're not teaching them a healthy relationship dynamic because two people just stay married. They learn by watching how their parents treat each other on a daily basis and how they treat themselves. If your children grow up believing that marriage looks like this: emotional distance, silence, resentment, and just coexisting, guess what they're going to tolerate one day? The same thing. I'm not here to tell you to divorce your wife. I'm not going to do that. I'm telling you to stop drifting, make a decision, and commit to it. Either you both fully commit to rebuilding this marriage truthfully, thoroughly, honestly, with accountability, transparency, and a lot of uncomfortable conversations. Great. Or accept that you've already been emotionally divorced for years. Don't confuse familiarity with love, and don't confuse endurance with strength. Sometimes strength looks like staying. Sometimes strength looks like leaving. But what's weakness? That's living in limbo. You can't do that. You have to make a decision, lead, make a decision, face your fear, do the hard thing. Both options are hard. So choose your heart, I guess, right? Okay. Next one. Respectfully asking your take on and or how you or your spouse manage / differentiate between observation and constructive criticism. Is it a soft startup? Is it staying in a straight and lovingly? Is it oh my gosh, I can't say that. Compartmentalizing via a timeout and a promising to return with a growth mindset? I think the biggest communication mistakes that couples make is that people think honesty gives them a permission just to be a jerk or to be too harsh. It doesn't. An observation describes behavior. A criticism attacks somebody's identity. So observation would be, when you interrupted me 3 times tonight, I felt dismissed. Criticism is, you are so selfish, you never listen, I'm so offended. You see the difference? One invites accountability, the other invites defensiveness. I think where people get it wrong is when you're speaking softly, it means that you're communicating well, but no. Being passive isn't healthy communication either. Walking on eggshells isn't healthy either. The goal isn't to soften the truth, it's to remove the attack while keeping the truth intact. Remove the attack, keep the truth together. Healthy communication, that behavior hurt me. Not you made me feel like this. No. Hearing that from you hurt my feelings. Not you're such a bad person and your behavior is proving it. No. No. If every difficult conversation gets postponed forever, that's not regulation. You are avoiding something. Healthy couples repair. Unhealthy couples retreat. Okay. Okay. This one's kind of long. How to attract a decent woman when you've essentially been destroyed by your Canadian leftist government. It's basically the Biden administration up here, except it's now in year 11 and full of replacement agenda. Zero opportunities for born and raised, but government subsides for migrant wages. It's a struggle to survive unless you come from somewhere. Women are attracted to success, and the government is actively ensuring locals aren't successful and migrants are. Women see this constantly and start to believe it. Oh, I can't see a way towards a relationship at all. Canadian men are like the forgotten men. Okay. I don't know anything about Canada. Like nothing. So I hope this answers your question. I'm going to challenge your perspective a little bit because I think it's keeping you stuck. And most of the message, you spent most of it trying to explain why your environment is preventing you from finding love. Maybe some of those reasons and frustrations are totally real. I'm not trying to discredit that at all. But my question to you then would be, how does believing that serve you? It doesn't. Does it make it harder? Sure. But I don't think it serves you at all. Every minute you focus on what you can't control is a minute you're not improving what you can. Women aren't attracted to victims. They're not. They're attracted to men who take ownership of their lives, despite the difficult circumstances. So your confidence cannot depend on the economy. It can't. It can't. And this could be here, Canada, freaking China, Asia, here, the US, South America, Russia. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. Your discipline can't depend on the freaking politics there either, okay? Your value doesn't depend on the government. It doesn't. Control your health and your fitness and your finance and your mindset and your character and your purpose. Successful men don't wait for perfect conditions, guys. They build themselves anyway. The world has never been fair. Okay, but resilient people don't build their identity around what's unfair. They build it around what they're becoming. 100% men have to be men. Yeah, we need more of it. We need more. Okay, here's another one. Okay, I'm 30 years old and single. I feel a bit anxious when talking to a girl and run out of things to say, and I try to keep the peace. Sometimes I don't feel enough inside of me because same toxic situations I passed through with my parents and my school colleagues. I want to start a family with a girl I'm attracted to and admire, but I am in a traditional environment where cold approach and dating apps are unusual. Life's not fair, right? I think you have a self-worth problem. Okay, you say you run out of things to say. I don't think that's true. I think you're trying so hard to say the right thing that you freeze and you aren't confident in yourself. That is anxiety. That makes you freeze. When you believe that your worth is being evaluated every single time you speak to a woman, of course you're going to overthink. You don't care. You don't care. I call it the 4 U's, right? You can use it yourself. You want to be unbothered, unmoved, unshakable, unfazed, regardless of what she decides to do. The 4 U's, always. You're treating every conversation like it's the bar test, right? Instead of just trying to connect and enjoy. You're trying to avoid rejection. That's the wrong mentality to have. Those are completely different mindsets. Childhood plays a big role. I understand it. You had toxic experiences with your parents and classmates. I understand it. That is the wound, and wounds don't stay in childhood. They follow us into adulthood until we heal them. And right now, you're asking women to solve a problem that only you can solve. Okay. No woman, ouch. Oh, my trap hurts. No woman can convince you that you're enough if you've already decided that you're not. Okay. Confidence isn't having perfect social skills, it's knowing your worth. Doesn't change because one woman isn't interested. Get used to getting rejected, my friend. Get used to it. Get the reps under your belt so it doesn't bother you anymore. Stop trying to impress women and just be curious about them. And be the kind of man who knows rejection is just simply incompatibility. It's not a verdict on your value score. It's not. It's not. Repeat the 4 U's. Yes. Unshakable, unmoved, unbothered, unfazed. They all pretty much mean the same thing, right? But whatever one you want to say, those are the 4 U's. No matter what you do in your life, you are unbothered, unshakable, unmoved, unfazed. You can say them in whatever order, it doesn't matter. I don't know if anybody else has ever said that before. I just created it in my own brain the other day when I was talking to one of my clients, and I thought it was cool. So I call it the 4 U's. So if somebody said it before, sorry about it. Okay, next one. I've been married almost 19 years to a good man. We have 5 children, but we are at a point where all we have in common is low standards. We both have avoidant tendencies, poor, non-existent communication, how to rebuild the relationship. This is a woman, by the way. So, honey, I don't think that your marriage has a communication problem. I think it has a vision problem, if that's the right word that I want to use. You said all you have in common are low standards. That stands out like a lot. Marriages don't fall apart because of one catastrophic event, guys. That you rode slowly, one avoided conversation at a time, one unresolved resentment at a time, one missed opportunity to reconnect at a time. And over 19 years, those moments, they compound, right? You also mentioned that, what was it? Avoidant? Yeah, you have avoidant tendencies. I know, Gabe. Do I look tired? I'm sorry. It's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day, but I still showed up. Sorry, back to her. Don't distract me, Gabe. Don't distract me. Avoidant tendencies, right? That's huge. That's important because it creates distance, and distance becomes disconnection. Avoidant couples typically wait for the person to go first, right? So nobody moves. Nobody moves. My blood type? I got distracted again. Hold on. My blood type is O positive. That's my blood type. I don't know why I just told you guys that. Don't know why I just said that, but somebody asked me. Anyways, somebody has to interrupt the pattern, right? Someone has to do it. And I hope to God it's the freaking man, because you guys need to get better at leading. Someone has to be willing to lead it emotionally, not by controlling the other person, but just by showing up with vulnerability and honesty. So the question I would ask both of you guys is, what type of marriage are you trying to build from this point moving forward? Not what you used to have, not what you wish you had, but what are you intentionally creating, like now, right now? That's what mattered. That's what matters. Without a shared vision, you're just sharing a house. Your roommates, okay? With a shared vision, every difficult conversation becomes a step towards making something bigger than your frustration. So stop asking, how do we get back to where we were? No, it's a new relationship. It's new. You need to start asking, what do we need to build the marriage that we actually want? Have the freaking conversation, guys. Marriages aren't built through hope. They're not. They're built through real intentional action, one conversation at a time. Excuse me. Those are the questions that I got today. I don't think I received any more. I don't think. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, well, those are the questions that I got. I'm gonna be doing more of that too, by the way, every live. And I'm gonna also be doing more live people on here as well, just not today. Not today. I need to give my best for you guys when I do that. And I'm a little tired today. I had some stuff come up, but nothing we can't handle. Thank you all for joining me. I look like a hot mess express today. With my baggy t-shirt and hair up. It's okay. This is me. I don't perform for you guys. You get what you see. I'm going to be posting on my social media channels, my Instagram, my Facebook, and my YouTube community, the topic for next week. As you know, I am in school now. So if you go to school and type in the Flourish Method or Flourish with Lauren, you will be able to see all my stuff. My courses and modules are not up yet. They will be July 16th and moving forward. The first one is going to be uploaded soon. I am recording it already, getting it edited and updated and perfect for you guys. It is not going to be, it's going to be like my lives. It's going to be like my YouTube long form videos, but more with so much information for you guys and very well thought out, very well produced for you and edited in a way that is just visually appealing and it's beautiful, it's simple, it's easy to understand, it's challenging. Yes, it's very challenging, but we got to change, guys. And if you go to my school, you see I wrote in there, the problem isn't your circumstances. It's the patterns that you're unwilling to confront. Okay. So you don't need another book or another podcast or some more motivational quotes. You need to identify the subconscious patterns that you keep repeating. And those are what are keeping you stuck. So I created the Flourish Method. It's a 6-stage blueprint: awareness, regulation, rewiring, alignment, embodiment, and expansion. And inside, you're going to learn everything and then some. And you get to work with me one-on-one too at a more feasible rate also. So it's a good thing for everybody. I'm going to have a community there of people who want change and growth and have a growth mindset, right? Forward thinking, challenging. We're going to create a little group of gladiators or warriors or Vikings or whatever we want to call it. But that is just my little spiel. That is my little spiel. Do we get extra credit if we send a selfie of our minds blown? Guys, there's going to be so many things. Like I said, I'm working with Alex Hermosi and his two I don't know, helpers, his co-owners, and another guy that I'm blanking on their names right now, but they're super helpful. And we're in this wonderful community of trying to build this platform of other people that just want to learn and get better and grow and heal and work on themselves and challenge each other and create a community of people that are all in the same boat of personal development and self-awareness. Guys, that is the first step, is just being aware. And I'm so proud of all of the people that are going to be there. Gabe, man, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any donations, guys, like, it goes to creating more for you, okay? It helps me invest more in better equipment, better lighting, better cameras, better editors, just better and better and better. Because if you watched me a year ago, it has nothing looks nothing like it does right now, and guess what? In 6 more months and a year from now, it's gonna look even better. So, thank you for being able to help me create what I'm trying to create. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in me and just being by my side through this. It's so exhilarating watching this channel grow and watching me and my husband grow just as a couple and as business partners, as friends, as everything. And he is going to be a part of it too. So he's also going to be opening his own school community. So get ready for that. That's going to be so amazing. Um, so I really appreciate it, guys. I'm just reading through some of the messages. This is so cool. I love reading all of you guys, what you have to say. It's super, super exciting. I can't believe that this is real, that this is my life, honestly. And you get to help me make it my life. So thanks for being here this lovely Sunday. I'll keep you up in the school. Gozo Man 24. Go to my Instagram and you can join my broadcast channel. It's free. There's updates in there, not daily, but often of what's to be expected in the school. So, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I'm going to go cook some dinner for my husband and I and watch our show. We're watching Dutton Ranch right now, and we're watching Dutton Ranch and the new Vikings series, Vikings Valhalla, because we loved Vikings. Libra Power. Good night, everybody. Oh, love you all. And see you next week. Next week, Sunday, 6 p.m. Unless anything changes, I'll let you know, but doubt it. Sundays seem to be pretty solid. So love you all. Take care. Have a great week. Sunday. Have an amazing week. Kill it. See ya.